Well, we're hitching up for the final trip of this summer. We might have a fall trip or two, and we might even go down to Florida this winter. But for now, this is going to be our last trip this summer, and it might even be our last family trip because Seth's going to be graduating next year and heading off to Texas to join the Air Force. So this might be our last family vacation altogether. So we're going to try and make the best of it. We're heading up to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park and Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. So we're going to make the most of this trip, and hopefully everything will go smooth.
Cleaning.
But it was already clean.
I'm freshening it up before we leave.
Just did my final walk around, making sure all the lights work. We're ready to go.
Fridge.
This is one of those times that it's good to be a truck driver.
I hear you.
Otherwise I wouldn't have known about this place. Wow, my setup time is getting a lot better. We're already done. Everything's already set up. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
And, fun fact, they also laugh at you.
Yeah, I would believe that.
I love parakeets. Birds freak me out, but parakeets are just so adorable.
One thing we did that was a whole lot of fun is we went to a place called The Island. There's a lot to do there. There's tons of restaurants and specialty shops that you can't find at home, and we always say that in our videos. But I think that is so important, is to find things that you cannot do while you're at home. And we found all kinds of cool specialty items to shop for while we were there, in addition to the neat restaurants. And there were also rides as well, and lots of food vendors too. And they also had a fountain that was synchronized to music, kind of like you see in Vegas. It was super neat, and we just had a blast exploring.
We've been walking the streets of Gatlinburg, and I will have to say that it's a really great place to visit, but not a great place to visit on a holiday.
It's so busy.
Very crowded, very noisy. We spend most of our time in traffic.
Yeah, it's been very crowded today.
Very, very crowded. This is a big place. Look at that.
It is big.
It goes way up there. I'm ready to do something fun.
2.
I'm tired of walking and shopping. I want to do something fun.
That's what happens when you're with teenagers.
Yeah. Been sitting in front of this music store. They're still not out yet. Good morning. It's a beautiful day here in Pigeon Forge. Campground's starting to wake up. I see people walking around with their cups of coffee. It's a very beautiful day here. We're not going to be going to Dollywood, which is very surprising, being that we're right here next to it. We've got other plans for the day. We're waiting on the kids to wake up and get going, but we're going to be going to the Titanic Museum today. We're here at the Gateway to the Smokies campground. Very nice campground, very friendly people. One of the things that it has here is a lot of mature trees, and whenever you are in a site, this is one of the things that you kind of run into at times. If you see behind me, there's a tree right next to our camper. Now, we were stuck in a predicament because we had to choose between our sewer hose being able to reach the drain or being able to use our awning. Because if we had come back a little bit further, yeah, the awning would come out, but the sewer hose wouldn't reach. So we kind of got stuck in between, where we chose to have the sewer hose reach. So that's what we did. And so we're not going to be using our awning on this, but it's a well shaded area anyway, so we don't really need it. Well, unfortunately, the Titanic Museum doesn't allow any kind of videography or photography. So I've just got to tell you about it. It's a very interesting place to go. Each person is given a boarding pass where you find out if you are first class, second class, third class, or crew. I turned out to be a crew member this particular time. But each one is got a little story about a passenger that was actually on the Titanic. So you read this little story and you might see something about this person in one of the displays as you walk through. Very interesting place to go. They actually have an iceberg place where you can actually touch an iceberg in the museum and touch the very, very cold water that they had to go in. It was very, very interesting to see. And the one place that did allow photography was where they had a Lego replica of the Titanic on display that was made by an 11-year-old boy from Iceland who also has autism. And he made this 26-foot Lego Titanic, and he travels the world with his Lego ship now, and speaks about how to overcome autism.
This has been a quick trip, but it's been fun. We've had a great time.
It's been good. It's a nice little campground. It's very peaceful tonight. You can hear the crickets in the background. We're probably not going to be able to be putting out videos every week for a while, but we'll do our best to do something. So.
Yes, and we look forward to showing you the highlights of this trip, which of course you'll have already seen by now. We saw a couple of good museums here. So we went to the Titanic Museum and we went to the Alcatraz East Crime Museum, which if you're a true crime fan like me, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, she loves her investigation discovery. I tell you, she loves it.
But there's a lot to see. It can get pricey, but because it's one of those places that, you know, there's
You're
a lot.
bombarded with so many things to do.
And there's admission fee for everything.
Yeah.
Now, everybody that watches may not be familiar with this, but the joke is that Gatlinburg is Myrtle in the mountains, which meaning it's like Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
So typically there's the same stuff to do in Myrtle Beach that we found here, but it's still a getaway from home.
Yeah, it was our last little getaway for the season, so we made the best of it.
Absolutely. And it's one that's only a few hours from home. It wasn't too bad. So we'll definitely be showing you everything there is to see.
and we're going to call it a day. We're going to probably hit the sack soon. So you have a good night and have some
Happy camping.